All right, so before we get into the bounce shot possibilities, just a quick reminder. One, make sure that you're checking out in the description down below. There is a link so that way you can get to my cheat sheet of a bunch of drills that you can do, whether it be with your team or with other people. But also just a caveat with these bounce shots. These are possibilities. They're things that might work. This is not going to be a 100% this is going to work. Go and try it out. So see what it is that might be possible. I wasn't able to get out this past weekend. I know I'm technically a week late for getting this out, but it was Mother's Day and it was the week after NXL Atlantic City, so forgive me. But let me zoom out a little bit more. Just try to get more in the picture here. And there we go. All right, so let's see. I guess what we'll do is kind of look snake side over. Now, whenever I'm doing these bounce shot possibilities, I'm trying to look at what are possible angles that could work. Having it be a super intense angle and bouncing back in is usually not going to work too well, because you got to think that the ball would have to bounce and then go backwards. You really want to look more for where would it kind of skim off, and if the angle is real intense, it might work, but it's not going to be a guarantee. So all of these, you really just want to make sure that you're just testing stuff out. So let me get this one, and let's change the color. So one that I had seen earlier from this Aztec, off this little pin here, going into there, that looks like it might work. It might also skip a little bit further back, but that one isn't going to be, I don't think, as good, just because you're dealing with, like, the person has to be kind of peeking out at you, and like maybe if they're tucked in a little bit, that would be something that could be possible. But yeah, maybe they're looking cross field. That one might work. This one I think is a little bit more possible. Now, one that I had seen, if I can click back here, get out of here. Here we go. I can scoot a little bit. I don't know if this one might work. So I got that. Okay. I'm wondering, it would help if I would do a straight line, right? Off of, I think this might work. Bouncing into that snake 3. I think that might be possible from this Aztec, and also from this wedge right here too. I think you're going to be able to get the same shot. When you start getting closer for bounce shots, it's going to make it more difficult because the paint is going to just have more inertia, so it's going to be breaking more on the bunker. But maybe there's a little bit more paint on there and it might be able to skip a little bit. You're not only going to shoot like 2 balls and see if it bounces in, you're shooting a stream into it, but that could be another one there. Let me see if I can scoot over. Let's see what else. So looking into, ooh, this might be one right here. Don't know if this is going to be super viable. So bouncing off that pin into the Aztec. So I guess I can do it this way too. So there, and then bounce into here. I think that might be possible. I kind of like doing more of a blind shot over this pin into this guy and kind of just shooting a little bit more kind of sneaky that way, but this bounce might be something that could be possible. So let's see here. Got to get rid of that. From the snake, not seeing a whole lot that look super promising. And again, I'm just trying to look at different angles. So if I'm looking from this, like this snake one, I'm trying to see, you know, I know that this tower is visible inside, so could it maybe skip across? This is behind this brick, so it's not really looking like it's going to be as good. And then you have other stuff in the way here. So as you, I wonder if you wrap here. Yeah, that's probably not. So there's probably going to be some more in the snake here. So that snake side, those snake side ones, blah, 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 that I was pointing out might be possible. If I look at this back center, or actually, yeah, this back center, something that might work on either side, and it's going to really depend on. Actually, let me go up a little bit so this doesn't block it for you. Come on. There we go. Okay. And get that one. So from this back center, off this Aztec might go in. And then also here, off the tower, it might not be as good, but if the person's hanging out, so remember we had talked about in the other videos about people maybe doubling up. If they're doubling, this might be something that might not be a bad idea to throw every so often, just to kind of throw at the back center there, just to make sure that they are either, you can maybe get a sneak shot in on them, or you might be able to catch them off guard and get that, that elimination. I wonder here, let me see if it even lines up. From here into the snake one. This one, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It just depends on how much your paint spreads out. But maybe if you can kind of catch someone, if there's someone down the wire that's stopping them from movement and someone's looking inside or trying to kind of look around, you might be able to skip it off this pin from the back center into that snake one. So again, all of these, please take with a grain of salt. It's all going to be maybe, it's not all going to be 100%. This is absolutely going to work. So let's look here. If I look at, let's see. Would this possibly work? No, that's not going to work. This might, I wouldn't guarantee this one. I don't even think they'd be really that effective, but off there into the God bunker, I'm not really sure about that one. Let's scoot over a little bit more. And from, that way, make sure that you guys can see well. Let's get our marker back up. Not really seeing a whole lot from here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I know some people really hate bounce shots, but it really does add a lot to the game. Whether good or bad is really up to the player, I guess. But it's not always loved by people. Let's go to this this Dorito side. There was one that I had seen. So from this Dorito off, help if I had a straight line, in like that. That might be possible, maybe even from the inside. So let's say that there's someone that is posted here. Being able to shoot that is a possible bounce shot as well. If we look, I don't know if the angle is going to line up correctly. Let's try it though. Possibly. So off there, maybe into that Aztec. I believe you're going to have the same. You're going to be more blocked out there, so don't look at that one. But yeah, I think from here is going to be something that could work out to kind of skip off and clip into this Aztec. I'm not sure how effective the Aztec is really going to be. If you watched the snake side video, or no, that was the middle video. It's not good or bad. It's not a great bunker. One that I saw that could maybe work. I'm gonna get my straight line. From the Dorito off here, if you shoot it low enough, it should skip in like that. And I actually wonder if you hit it here, if that would skip into the corner. Now with Doritos, remember their point, they have a point. So if you shoot near the bottom, if you can try to get it so it kind of skips up. If you shoot it too high, it might go over their head. So this is just something that you'd have to try out. So again, just looking at the angles, I'm not 100% like if I haven't said that enough already, that all of these will work, but they're all possible. Oh, I wonder if this would work. Oh, this one could be sneaky. So over the top, see where the paint drops in, but over the top from the Dorito corner into this Aztec might bounce into the back center. That could be possible. It's blind, so you're gonna have to learn where is it that you need to shoot so that way it bounces in, but that one might actually be pretty solid. So this back center, what I'm seeing more and more now is you might have to worry about some bounce shots and not staying there. It's really great off the break, but getting out of there seems like it's gonna be pretty important. Now what if we are at this brick, off this Dorito, into that Dorito might work, and also from there off this Dorito into that Aztec is another possibility. Again, with the Doritos, I would say it's probably gonna work better if you shoot them a little bit lower, because if it skips up, especially with the little Dorito, but then just finding how deep do you need to shoot it. Do you shoot it closer to you or further away? But the angle looks like it might work out for that. Let's see from here. Maybe off this pin into here could be possible. I think it might be too far behind the player, but maybe if you shoot it more towards the middle, it might skip a little bit harder and go into that that snake. So that's definitely another possibility there. Wonder if this would work. Does it line up? Off the God bunker there into that corner could be another one. That one, I think it might be better if you shoot near the top corner of it, so that way it skips more across. Because if you have it where it's shooting and bouncing in front of the corner, then that's not really helping you a whole bunch. Yeah, this is a little bit more than I thought. Let's see, so from here, get to my straight line. Why is it not keeping, there we go. And bouncing across like that. This one I'm not sold on, just because it's a harder bounce back, but try it. So from both of these, bouncing it off the Aztec, possibly going into the back center. From the Doritos, as we move further up, that's blocked out, that's blocked out. Maybe if you back up, maybe. Off this pin into the snake too. So this is gonna be kind of sketchy, but maybe they're stuck in the snake too or something, and you're able to back up a little bit and shoot into this. You might not even need to back up a whole bunch, but that's another possibility there. So let me look a little bit more, see if there's any that jump out at me. Yeah, I think this is, that changes a couple things. Definitely changes a couple things. Just want to double check the snake, see if there's anything. Maybe. Get this. I wonder if, no, that pin's in the way. So this, I don't think is going to work. Bouncing across like that. So I'm not saying shoot through the pin, saying in front of the pin this way, bounce it off the wedge, maybe into the Dorito. This is the one that I was looking at, actually. Let me get the angle right. Off the brick into the Dorito. So there, it looks like there's a lot of bounce possibilities. So just keep your head on a swivel. It's really all it's going to be. So you know, trying to get the different bounces and all that, it's just going to be trying it out. These are at least some starting points that you can try out. Put in the comments down below what are some ones that did work. Maybe you don't want to share them until after the event, but yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.